We'll call this committee of the whole meeting to order on October 29th, 2024 at 7 p.m. Before we stand for the pledge, I'd like to do a moment of silence this evening for Steve Fuhrer. He was a former alderman for Ward 2. He served 6 years from 1999 to 2005. He was living in Lebanon, Missouri, and he passed away last week. So if we could do a moment of silence, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Is there anybody who'd like to speak under public participation this evening? Okay, for the record, there is no public participation this evening. First item up is item number 4, request to permit the annual Winter Wonderland Christmas tree lighting ceremony on Friday, November 29th, 2024, from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Move to approve.
Put on the consent agenda.
Same thing.
Hold that till next week. Consent agenda? Okay, we'll place that on the consent agenda. Next item up is item number 5, Economic Development Grant Commission approvals. If you look in your packet, there are 4 grants that were recommended for approval by the commission. They are number 1 for Colton Joyner at 201 Sangamon Street for garage door replacements. The amount requested is $7,500. That was approved on October 18th or recommended for approval on the 18th by the commission. Second one is Kevin and Brooke Hild at 116 North McLean Street. That's roof replacement. And they were requesting $7,500. And it was recommended for approval by the commission on October 18th, 2024. The next one is Robert Beecher at 303 South Kickapoo Street for window replacement. The amount requested is $7,500. That was recommended for approval by the commission on October 18th, 2024. And the last one is Scott Mack and Infinity Real Estate LLC for 702 through 708 Keokuk Street. That is Phase 2 roofing, and that is in the amount of $7,500, and it was recommended for approval by the commission on October 18th, 2024. Place these on the regular agenda? Okay, and then we'll place them as individual items on the agenda. Okay. Okay, next up is item number 6, Memorandum of Understanding between the City of Lincoln, Logan County, a municipal corporation, and the Lincoln Lakes Condo Association. Mr. Hoblet.
So, some time ago, this council recalls we did some work in regards to South Lake Road, South Kickapoo Street. We had some survey work done. It was pretty extensive. That purports to show that that road is owned by the condo association. We had previously entered into easements with the power company that's providing the solar farm out there around our sewer station. Because those easements at that time was contemplated that we own that road. So therefore, it would need to be South Lake. So it would need to be the condo association agreement. This is cementing it in a written agreement from which the easements would be signed off and filed at the courthouse.
Mr. Bateman.
Since the easement was signed by the mayor and KPH Solar, my question is, there's some language that has changed in these easement agreements. Since they are such a large company, I'm asking that maybe this should go in front of their attorney to make sure that the changes that Mr. Hoblet made still fit their needs, because right now they have a signed agreement with the city of Lincoln and them. And if there's any wording changes, I don't need a team of lawyers to come back later on a council vote, because we've made changement to an agreement that's already been dated and signed.
Mr. Hoblet.
So I spoke with my contact at Keystone. I submitted the easement that specifically deals with solar. I submitted it to him. He's made some edits and sent it back. Furthermore, we both utilized both of us for Exhibit B on there. So in regards to the solar one, that language that's changed on there, the most recent language change that encompasses both current solar arrays that are out there and all future solar arrays, installation and maintenance. That was language that he purported to change and submit back to us. I would presume, I mean, I'm not a mind reader, and I wasn't there when my contact, Anthony from Keystone, when I submitted to him, but I presume that he ran it through his lawyers before he sent it back to me. So it's just, I mean, I suppose I could request from Anthony to Keystone, their lawyers, and specifically to submit it to them, but I have ran it through that company.
Okay. Ms. Bateman.
So what you emailed out late this afternoon replaces what's actually in the agenda on the website, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Mr. Bateman.
So if the council votes next week to approve it, it's still not a binding document until the Lincoln Lakes Association and KPH signs off on it, correct?
Mr. Conzo.
Thank you. Just a question for the city attorney. I noticed in the packet, there's a memorandum of understanding, excuse me, and the easement agreement. Do they need to be voted on separately?
No.
Any other discussion on this item? Place this on the regular agenda.
John, do you know that there's an error, or there's Lincoln Lakes is spelled wrong in here?
Oh,
Document, maybe just double proofread it. The memorandum? It's in the easement agreement.
I'll confer with you, Ms. O'Donoghue, to see where you noted that must an auspicious omission. So, thank you.
Okay. Any other discussion? Okay, place this on the regular agenda. Okay. Place item number 6 on the regular agenda. Okay, that brings us down to announcements. The only one that I have is I just wanted to thank everybody for coming out for Trick or Treat with the Mayor. This past weekend, there was an awful lot of people downtown. Most places ran out of candy. I know we did at the park. And then a special thanks to Miss Metelko. It's one of the things she does is help organize those type of things for us, and she did a really great job. So, and to all the businesses that participated, we couldn't do it without them. So, a thanks to them. I believe Mr. Parrott has an item he'd like to share.
Yes, if you're coming down on Kickapoo towards Rio Grande, you'll notice that the mural is up on the support legs, and happy to see that. Drove by it, and it looks really great.
Owner take it upon himself to paint a mural out there at the Beverage Genie, the old Staples building. In talking with the owner, he would like to light it up at night, but he feels with the money he spent on the mural that he says if the city would like to look into investing how to light that up at night, he would be open to it. It would use his power, but he doesn't want to design or purchased. When I was out there with him, we were thinking like poles out from his building that would shine back down on the mural. I don't know if I could take it under advisement from this council if they'd like me to have somebody look into seeing what it would take to do that, if the city would want to purchase the hardware it would take to do that, I think it's a good idea. That thing's as nice as this mural, and it would look good lit up on a thoroughfare. So I don't know if the council would entertain something like that. You can get a hold of me after the meeting if you'd like me to. I'll look into it.
Ms. Rolfs?
I think we just need to be careful that we're not opening ourselves up for other things that people might want to, excuse me, other businesses might want to highlight on their building. You know, we start with one, do we do, what obligation do we have when others come to us? I mean, does it have to be just a mural? I mean, maybe it's a particular characteristic of the building that they want lighted, and all of a sudden the city, I don't know.
Quite honestly, my first phone call was gonna be to the tourism board to see if they would like to undertake that as a tourism project, as tourism took on this mural that the city helped fund. Maybe tourism could take that on to light that mural. And if other murals pop up, I do think it's, let's face it, it's dark several months in the year, and I think it'd look good.
Well, it might be nice idea to get the cost, so we would know what we were looking at. It just happened once, but if it happens about 20 times, then what would we do?
Council can take those on a case-by-case basis. I mean, you always run the risk of setting precedents, but you have that discretion. So, Mr. Bateman, then do you want to work with our tourism representatives and get their opinion?
I was just, I don't know what the two gentlemen think. You have a better feel what tourism board might say or not say. I'd be open to go to a tourism meeting, or if you guys would like to bring it up in front of their board. I don't think it's gonna be a great expense. He's willing to provide the power. He just didn't know how to go about putting lights on it that's not in his parking lot that would shine on it.
We would have to look at our grant opportunities and what grant dollars are still yet available. But yeah, we'd entertain any, you know.
He's got a lot of money invested in that mural, so.
Okay. Did you want to speak about the civility pledge? Have you got them all back?
Yep, I got them all.
Oh, perfect. Mr. Hoblet?
So something's come before my desk relatively recently here. This is property 544 4th Street here in Lincoln, Illinois. This is a person who owns this property is deceased, and the estate that exists over in Menard County is looking to close up and finalize, and they don't exactly have funds in regards to their estate. They're just looking to dispose of this property, and they have proffered to gift it to the city of Lincoln. We have maintained that property. I believe we've mowed it now for a number of years. When I went to the courthouse to look on it, I'm not showing any encumbrances on it. The only thing that remains is to be paid would be, if we do take it on, there is 1 year of taxes. The 2023 taxes that are due this year, $390. So if the city is looking to recoup some of its costs in regards to our maintaining of that, we would, $390, we could probably sell it, turn around and sell it at that point, and recoup at least some of our costs that we've incurred over a period of time. I don't know how long we've been mowing it at this point. I believe someone's told me years. So to that extent, I don't believe we need an ordinance or a resolution to accept property via gift because it's not a purchase or a sale. But if the council is amicable to be receiving this property, we can put it on the agenda, for a vote next week. If the council wants to do title work on it, if they're comfortable doing title work on it, that would have to be, again, that's an additional expense. That would be our expense to see if there's anything else out there on it. With the estate, I could always make inquiries to the estates too if there's any other encumbrances, but they did not inform me that there's no other encumbrances on that. Everything else is paid on it. If you want to put it on for the agenda next week, I could, like I said, I think as a gift, we don't need anything, but I would just like the discretion that if it doesn't come across my research that I do need an ordinance, that I have the discretion to put that on there. So, this is just an FYI for you guys, to mull it over to see what you like to do.
Ms. McClellan?
So there's no buildings or anything that would have to be torn down?
I think there's a tree on the lot, but other than that, or more of like a bush.
Yeah, 544 Fourth Street.
544 Fourth. Let me see if I can bring it up. No, it's in the middle of the block. If you give me 1 second, I'll pull it up.
Yeah, opposite side of the street.
That's it. So it's got this tree or bush on it, but other than that, there's nothing on it. And we've been maintaining it. Wes said that it does not meet the zoning requirements to put a house there, but there have been exceptions that have been made through the zoning board of appeals to allow for a house of less square footage than the minimum required. So you could put a small house there. I don't think you could put multiple tiny homes there. I don't know the history on this property. Mr. Eimer?
Does, when you do them tiny homes, I notice they always do them pairs of two. Does it have to be that right next to it? Do they? Okay, I
Yeah,
didn't know if they wanted.
The idea with pairing up tiny homes is that veterans sometimes need the support of each other for the things that they may or may not be going through. Yeah. Yep, and there will be 3 more down on Short 10th and Adams. Those will be the next 3 tiny homes built, starting in the spring. I think the spring of next year. Yep.
Ownership and maybe one of the neighbors buy it.
Yeah, I mean, as
We've
always,
done on Sixth Street.
yeah, the idea is to not have it be a blighted property that we have to continue to take care of and get it in the hands of somebody else that will take care of it and also will pay property taxes on it. We don't want to hold on to it too long because when we own property, we don't pay taxes. And I say we as, I mean the city. So we could put it out for bid once we are able to acquire ownership. Ms. Rolfs?
It's got an alley in the back.
Yeah,
Oh. Did you hear me?
I did. I don't know the answer, but there's been stated that there's an alley in that section.
There's an alley.
Yeah, and it looks like there's garages in the back for other properties back here. So that would, we can take a look, but it looks like there's an alley for access. We've done that before as well. Yep. I mean, one property at a time, clean up some of the blight in the community. And this is an opportunity to take property because they want to actually give it to us. We'd have to pay those back taxes and anything that you would instruct Mr. Hoblet to do.
So we're not coming back for another vote. Is it just, council agree to have Mr. Hoblet start the title search? I know that's only $100 or so.
I would prefer that we take a vote and put it on the agenda next week to take ownership of the property so that there's no question moving forward. And then at that time, you can also authorize him to do the title search and then the taxes, the $390 something, and then whatever else the attorney may recommend.
I'll make a motion to put 544 Fourth Street on the agenda for next week as a vote.
No motions, but you can ask to put it on there.
He likes these motions,
You're already in the
I'm
into the
trying to
regular
Robert
meeting mode.
rules of order.
but not on a committee. You don't need to make a motion on a committee meeting.
Yeah.
We have to put it on the agenda.
Yep.
Yeah.
Correct. If the council desires. Is the council okay putting this on the agenda for next week? Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll work with you on the language of it. Work with Mr. Hoblet on that. Yeah, I think there's some history with one of those properties too that Mr. Woodhull knows more information about. We can find out and let you know. Okay, any other announcements this evening from anybody? Okay, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
Alderman Downs made the motion to adjourn. Alderman Eimer second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? This meeting is adjourned at 7:21 PM.